This is the evaluation of the order trading system for April the 20th, 2021. We had 6 trades on that day. 4 were buys and 2 were short sells. First trade was AAL. American Airlines Group Incorporated. It tripped at 12:18 p.m. at a price of $20.29. It was a buy trade. It closed the day at $20.37. It was down 5.48%. Indicators for that 12:18. Okay, it came up with it. Looks like it was pretty much consistently positive. MACD positive and stayed up at least. So averages came up and then stayed up. And DI, interestingly, it was actually moving down. It started the day negative. Coverage right around the tripping period of time, stayed positive a little bit, and then you can see here in the afternoon, somewhat moving sideways a bit. At the late afternoon, you can see it was actually starting to recover again in a positive direction. Bollinger Band actually showing that more directly. It dropped, came up a little bit, and then basically afternoon was moving sideways. End of the day was moving upwards a bit. Next trade is FIXD. That is First Trust TCW Opportunistic Fixed Income ETF. Tripped at 12:40:08 p.m. at a price of $53.30. It was a short sell. It closed the day at $53.34, up 0.17%. So 12:40. So it tripped right around this period. And you can see that the tripping period actually was basically a holding price. It didn't go down below it at all. It almost seemed like it was, stabilized at that point, and the stock would not move down. I'll see if the indicators are showing any kind of direction in a negative fashion. OBV, no. MACD down, but yeah, it recovered in the afternoon. Looks like it was recovered again at the end of the day. Yeah. DI, interesting. DI is showing more negative than positive. Interesting. But you see the end of the day, like late afternoon, it was very negative, but then started to recover again at the end of the day. So you can see like that a little bit of drop, but then recovered. Bollinger Band. I don't feel comfortable saying that this is a possible. So we'll say this is a no-go. Just the indicators are not showing it, and the price itself actually ended the day above its tripping price. It ended the day above its previous close, so it somewhat was above, the price from yesterday. Next trade is KPTI, and that's Karyopharm Therapeutics Incorporated. It's tripped at 12:40:22 p.m. at a price of $9.13. It also was a short sell. It closed the day at 9:44, up 2.28%. So it tripped right around this place, 9:17, 9:13, 9:13. This stock also, that tripping price actually was a holding price. Check to see if the indicators are showing anything. 12:40, 12:40, okay. OBV again showed that it came down right around that time. 12:40. It was down OBV in the afternoon, but you could see late afternoon it came back. MACD showing the same thing. It was down in the afternoon, but came up late afternoon or end of the afternoon. DI, yeah, same thing. Bollinger Band, same. No, that stock definitely was not moving negative. So I can't include that one, so that's not a positive trade. Next trade is INSG. And that is Inseego Corporation. It tripped at 2:10:26 p.m. at a price of 8.44. It was a buy. Closed the day at 8.44. Was down 2.54%. 210. Okay, so right around here. Okay, 46 came up, stayed up, stayed up. 8.52 high point. 8.46, 44. A little bit, and then came down. Okay, the end of the day it was actually up more than a few times above its tripping price. At one point it was actually up quite a bit, so it actually had a few opportunities. It does look like in the afternoon it was moving sideways more than up, so the aspect that it was more stable, I guess. 210, 210. Okay, so OBV looks like it was consistently moving up. You see MACD up, came up in the afternoon, and then just reversed a little bit in the late afternoon. DI, same thing. That's it tripped in the mid-afternoon, and then basically you can see moving sideways here. And Bollinger Band, same thing, came up, technically moved sideways. So pretty much is it tripped, moved sideways, but there was multiple periods after it tripped where it did come up above its tripping price. So I consider that a positive. Next trade is NCTY. That is the 9 Limited. Tripped at 3:13 p.m. at a price of 9.22. It was a buy. Closed the day at 19.38, up 4.98%. So that's a positive. And we'll just have a look at the price. Excuse me, the indicators. OBV pretty much moving upwards. MACD pretty much moving upwards. DI actually for the period that we were monitoring, it was negative most of the day, and at the end of the day it came up positive. This happened to be the end of the day. It actually jumped up and moved positive. Bollinger Band giving somewhat more of a sideways-like activity, but you can see that it was a little bit up and down, and again, the end of the day is where it tripped and caught and was moving up, so we caught it as it was moving upwards. Next trade is MU. That is Micron Technologies Incorporated. It tripped at 3:35:34 p.m. at a price of 87.72. It was a buy. It closed the day at 87.48, down 1.05%. 335, right around here. 340. Yeah. There's a period here of 10 minutes at the end of the day where it was above its tripping price, which I will include. As I said before, I don't usually include. I usually look for a longer period of 10 minutes, but again, we're talking end of the day here, so we only had 30 minutes left in the end of the day, and I think 10 minutes of the 30 minutes time frame we're talking about, that's more than enough time as a positive rate. Most likely you would be monitoring this anyways, and it was up above, its tripping price more than once during that period, so I'm going to consider it a positive. I can't say it's a strong positive, but again, this is a stock that tripped at the end of the day, and because of it, it's a tricky stock. So check the indicators. Look, OBV is looking good, moving up. MACD is moving up. DI up, even though there's morning or the early period was down, but up, and that's what boiling about what I'm saying. So stock actually was moving positive. So it looks like there was more than one activity that was indicating the stock was a good positive movement. So that gives us 4 out of 6 stocks positive, which is 66%, and we didn't have any possible, so possible also is 66%. So not a great day, but not a terrible day. It's one of those days where obviously, sometimes things don't move absolutely right away, but overall, the majority of the stocks moved in a positive direction. So in that context, we had a good day. I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much.